Ethnic studies in K-12 is a relatively new thing. It's existed at the college level for many, many years. However, unfortunately, many of the students that we are focusing on will never have those opportunities because they will never matriculate to that college level.
CRC, it's culturally relevant, so you're learning about all these different cultures.
African Americans learn about their history, as well as Mexican Americans and Native Americans, aka the Trail of Tears, how they were treated terribly.
With this, you go very deep, you learn everything.
Even if we aren't a part of that culture, it's still important to understand other people's because that's their culture, and in America, a lot of people have different cultures.
Tucson has been the epicenter of many of the discussions and much of the movement in ethnic studies.
We're building this community of students that are creating new identities and creating change.
It's kind of like insurance to make sure that you'll be okay, because you know these things, you've learned them in this class that should help you in the future.
It'll affect our way of life or the people that we may come across of. There are some people that don't know, some people that do know, and it's a way of working with them.
It gives me a cultural background. It helps me understand where I come from. It makes me kind of feel part of history.
The American Educational Research Association holds a national conference. This year's conference was held in Washington, D.C.
I live for AERA. I went last year with Pueblo, with a couple of Pueblo teachers, and then I was fortunate enough to go again this year. There's thousands of people, there's hundreds of workshops, and these are workshops that mean something.
I had the opportunity of presenting in one of the presidential sessions the expansion of ethnic studies as an educational approach in the K-12 system. I had the opportunity to sit in other sessions in which the work that we're doing here in Tucson was being highlighted.
It's really great to be working with people that are up to that presentational standard where ARA is accepting your research.
When the information came about that we were from Tucson and part of the culturally relevant department, it was viewed as being on the cutting edge of this field. It was appreciated by those in attendance.
If you have something, a talent or whatever it is, cultural background, then you need to own it. Because if you don't own it, then you're just going to be boring like everybody else, and everybody else is taken. So you have to be yourself and kind of take and empower yourself and be whoever you are. And yes, so pride is not a bad thing.